Polkadot Insider is lucky enough to be here with Jiro. He is the CEO of Biscala. It is the leading media and educational of crypto and blockchain platform. So it's really nice to have you here today.
And thank you for having us. Great to be here.
Thank you for coming to our show. So first of all, can you please introduce yourself and tell me your journey, your background, also the journey of Biscala as well?
Yeah, for sure. So, fun fact actually, Pia, I have a fine arts background. So, I'm not necessarily a business major, a finance major for that matter, right?
Very
I'm more on the
interesting.
creative side of things. I do
Mm-hmm.
logos, branding, social media. But for some reason, during my journey,
Mm-hmm.
I found a love for cryptocurrencies and blockchain, right? While I was studying it back during my free time in college. And from there, combining the passion of my father, my different friends and whatnot, and my experiences in the Philippines, it really brought about a deeper interest for myself in this Web3 space, right? And I felt a calling to help the Filipino people be onboarded onto Web3 space through proper education, right? Because in the Philippines right now, we're a third world country, and we don't necessarily have the best educational rails for people from different topics, right? Even more so, we're a low income, I guess, per capita country, right, in terms of average monthly income for people,
Mm-hmm.
meaning not everyone has the right access to
Access.
education, right?
Exactly.
And I thought to myself, the Philippines is well equipped to be a leader in the blockchain space. We are very high in social media usage in terms of user adoption as well. But it needs an extra push for education, right? And with this whole calling, I started Bitscola back then during 2021,
Mm-hmm.
roughly around 2.5 years ago. And yeah, been on it ever since. I've been working with institutions, government officials, different enterprises in the Philippines, really towards blockchain education for the masses. And yeah,
2.5 years. Not too short, but not too long, right?
just the right amount.
Just the right amount. I'm a little bit curious. So Bitscala, is it start from like Bitcoin? It comes from Bitcoin, the
Yeah.
bit part,
So
right?
good question actually. So the word Bitskwela is actually a combination of the word Bitcoin and
Okay.
eskwelahan. So
Squelahan.
eskwelahan, yes, that is a Tagalog word for school. So if you translate it directly, that's
Ah,
like bit school.
is it like in Filipinos, right?
Yes, a Tagalog word. Yes, yes.
Ah, I see. Mm.
So it actually started with Bitcoin education,
Mm-hmm.
because of course, my first exposure to the crypto space was Bitcoin naturally, right? So, I thought I was lying down in my bed 3 a.m. and I was like, what should I name my education platform? Crypto school, crypto
Yeah,
academy.
yeah. Why not crypto, but like Bitcoin, right?
Yes,
Is it
yes.
like you're the big fan of Bitcoin, or is it because it's the OG
I'd say it's a
coin?
mix of all.
Mm-hmm.
For one, I was of course I'm of course a fan of Bitcoin, right? I do believe in its security and its usage for Filipino people, remittances and whatnot. So, I guess I do love, of course, Bitcoin. I even have the Bitcoin stickers here on my
Oh,
phone here.
okay. I can see that.
Of course.
The big love.
Yes, yes. But of course, it was also my first exposure, and of course, on homage to the OG crypto, right? It's what started everything. But what I didn't want was the name Bitscola to be super Bitcoin focused, right? That's why I only included the bit part. And I
I
felt like
see.
the bit part encapsulated Bitcoin, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, it felt more general that it can pertain to anything crypto since it's bit, right? So that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's easy to remember, easy to use as well, and a little bit of your native language as
For
well.
sure. Yeah.
Brilliant. So I think the most interesting part is that you were not in the crypto at first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you were not in financial or anything, more of like a visual guy, a
Yes.
design guy.
Yeah.
But you said that you got interested in like crypto when
Yeah.
you were in like university.
Yes.
So you mean the money? You mean the money? Like investing, you want to
Mm.
invest more? Is that
That
where does it
was
come from?
one of the ways, yes,
Mm-hmm.
because for context, I was studying in the cafeteria. I was studying on how to create money, right? I wanted to have different income streams.
Mm-hmm.
And I did start by trading stocks in the Philippine stock market.
I see.
But while I was scrolling through Google learning about it, I saw an article about Bitcoin and
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum actually. And that piqued my interest. Like, whoa, there's a thing called cryptocurrencies. Very interesting. So I did some research about it and I just fell in love with it, right? For me, it was a different level to stocks because stocks, you trade them for money, for profit, you're done, right? But for crypto, it felt more than that. In a sense,
The
owning crypto,
possibility.
trading crypto as well, had so many benefits to society. Inflation hedge, remittances, cross-chain apps as well, right? All these jibber jabber. It really just felt like it had a deeper meaning to what you did as well compared to stocks, right? So that's where the rabbit hole started. Started with Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then eventually all these other chains and protocols as well, leading to the creation of Escuela.
I see. So crypto, but below crypto is like blockchain, right?
Of course,
There's more than that.
of
And
course.
and what you guys are making, it's like the combination of crypto and then blockchain, everything's combined for education.
Of course. So
Yeah.
our main focus at Bitscola is to really onboard the Filipino masses, right,
Mm-hmm.
onto this Web3 space. So crypto, blockchain, NFTs, the apps, you name it, right? We just want to introduce this as well from an experience-based education model, right, onto the Filipino people. Because again, we do lack these resources in the Philippines in a sense. Not everyone has, I guess, the opportunity to be exposed to this new space right at the bat with this amount of experience and this whole team, right? And we exactly want to do that. We want to uplift the Filipino people and, just really cement the Philippine position as well as one of the leaders still in the coming decades.
So with just a simple research, just a simple search, you guys have like more than 50 million users already.
Actually, we do reach more than
Oh,
that as well.
okay. So
Um,
what's the exact number? No, not the exact number, but like the number.
Yeah, well, on average, I'd say what I can confidently say is we reach a few million Filipinos on a monthly
Okay,
basis, right? So this reached
that's
our social
huge.
media. Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
huge.
we have a population of around 110 million Filipinos as
Oh
of now.
wow.
And on Bitskola's end, we capitalize on social media like TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, of course, our physical events from different provinces in the Philippines, like workshops, upskilling activities, even as well government mandated activities, right? Quick side note as well. Just before this interview, I was talking to one of the party lists in the Philippines, right? Headed by Congresswoman as well of our friend, and we're gonna be launching soon educational programs for different OFWs as well and seafarers in the Philippines.
Wow.
So these different initiatives all combined together really is able to propel Bitskola to create an impact for education again, right? So we're not just a website, we're not just this I guess media page on social media. What I like to call it like an educational ecosystem
Mhm.
or an educational amplifier, I'd say, for the Philippine market.
It's like you're trying to build like a whole ecosystem for not just Filipinos, right? More like worldwide users as well.
Of course, of course. I mean, our main focus right now is the Philippines, of course, since we're Filipinos. But we do eventually do have plans as well to expand to other countries in APAC region and maybe in the Middle East, right? Let's see.
Can you like share with us some of the offerings that we can find on Biskilla? Because I mean, as a Vietnamese, but when I heard anything, when I hear about like a 5 minute crypto, yeah, course, I absolutely want to try.
Oh, you should check it
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
because yeah, I check it out because anything that is short and digestive, easy to learn, it's something that I would
For
want to
sure.
do. Yeah,
And that's the goal, right?
yeah,
I mean,
mass adoption.
for the website side of things, we have a portfolio of courses, short guides, articles, different newsletters, right? All free content. So we don't
All
charge a
free.
single cent, right? I've never taken a single penny, a single
Oh
dollar
wow.
from the consumers, right? Because again, it's our job at School, I believe, to educate these masses. And again, with the whole idea of the Philippines not having a high average monthly income, it doesn't sit right with us to charge for these courses, right? So we do have that on the website side of things. Of course, we all, like I mentioned a while ago, right? We have a very strong presence when it comes to communities, our different short form content with our different KOLs, influencers who really propagate our information education on their different communities, platforms, and short form content, right? Of course, on the event side of things, again, like I mentioned as well a while ago, we do have a portfolio of a lots of events that we have been holding over the past quarters and future quarters in the Philippines. In fact, over the past 3 months, we've held, I think, around 5 events already in the Philippines. And in the coming 3 months, we have currently 4 to 6 events lined up. So, I'm pretty tired, honestly.
Busy.
Yeah.
It's a busy year for you.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
busy year, but I
yeah.
guess, again, it's all in the passion and heart that we have for educating Filipinos onto the crypto and blockchain space, for sure.
Very inspiring,
Thank you.
honestly. Let's talk about the situation about blockchain and crypto in Philippines.
For
I'm
sure.
curious. Yeah. So, uh, how does the government they encourage you guys
Mm.
to for the environment?
Of course, I
Yeah.
love this topic, by the way. So,
Yeah.
When it comes to the Philippine regulatory landscape,
Hmm.
over the past years in the space, I wouldn't say the government was as open to blockchain and crypto
Like just the
over the past years, right?
okay.
But interesting enough, that changed this year,
Hmm.
right? Because again, we've seen the Axie Infinity craze around 2 years ago during the last bull market, and that's sort of like during that time the government was like, oh, play to earn, just be safe, right? They don't really, they're like, okay, let it be, but we're not here to enable it as of now. But actually, interesting enough, just as of few months ago as well, we're seeing more strides when it comes to government adoption for blockchain.
Okay.
Specifically, two scenarios. Around 2 weeks ago, our advisor, Isabella, she was at the Philippine Congress actually, and they're discussing the blockchain bill as well for the Philippines. It's called Republic Act 678 or 65. Don't quote me on that. I
Okay.
forgot the number, but basically it's a regulatory bill in the Philippines
Okay.
that aims to put a framework finally, right, on
So that's
crypto
the
and
initial already.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's still behind closed doors right now, but proud to say as well that Pitskola is going to be part of the technical working group as well in
That's
helping.
amazing.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. We're going to be helping stir the conversations with the Congress and Congresswomen in the
Okay.
Philippines to, create a proper bill
Mhm.
that is enough for regulation for crypto, but of course at the same time won't stifle adoption and of course innovation in the crypto and blockchain space in the Philippines. Now, second scenario as well, actually just a few days ago before this trip, right, or where I'm right now in Vietnam, I was invited as well to the launch of the eGov chain of the Philippines. So this is the official blockchain of the government.
Okay.
So their plan basically is to build a public and private blockchain that will secure the documents, identities, and the different staple things, right, that Filipinos use on a daily basis: IDs, medical records, so on and so forth, right? So I don't have these details on that yet, though, because they're still very general about it. I don't know the tech stack. I don't know the language being used. I don't know who's behind the project even, but the
At
fact that
least, right?
yeah, at least the fact that they intend to have a government blockchain officially, finally, is for me a good sign nonetheless as well. So yeah, these two things, right? These were the major shifts in development just in the past few months actually,
I see.
and I don't think has been picked up yet by the mass markets around the APAC region. But of course, these are things that we're trying to share as well. And thank you again for giving me this opportunity.
Well, anything that should be progress, especially when it comes to like legal, right?
Of
Legislations.
course.
Yeah. So, how about the mass adoption? Is it big in Philippines, crypto and blockchain?
Definitely, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, when it comes to mass adoption in Philippines, we're actually number five when it comes to global cryptocurrency adoption, as of a study based by Chain Analysis last year as well, right? So we also have very high numbers when it comes to MetaMask users and fee ownership. We have grown in crypto volume over 362% during the 2021 bull run as well, right? So pairing all of these adoption statistics to our social media usage, we average around 7 hours, 8 hours per day as well, at the very minimum, right? For all Filipinos, by the way, on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot. And pairing that as well with the fact that our GDP of trillions of dollars, 10% of that is attributed to remittances. Now, remittances, as we all know, right, is a major use case for crypto and blockchain. So all of these things I just said in the past minute really creates this perfect mix and perfect recipe, right, for a population in the Asia region to, be one of the forerunners in this new space as well. So when it comes to user base, user acquisition, just having that presence overall, Filipinos are very active in crypto. I held an event last week as well in the capital, and I saw so many new faces as well. I'm very happy to see as well, right? And we're seeing this community grow on a daily basis. And really, the only thing that's lacking, right, is I guess the more ecosystem support and collaboration with other peers and from other countries, right? And I do hope to see that more as well in the coming quarters.
Amazing. Maybe we'll talk about, about go back to Biscilla a bit. Yeah, I just wanna know like what's the tricky parts when building, all of these educational materials,
Mm.
because I mean crypto and blockchain it's not the same with like normal yeah,
Right.
educational
Right.
materials.
Mm.
So what's the tricky parts for you guys to like condense everything
Mm.
into something that is so easy for people even like non-technological?
Right.
People will understand.
Of course. So I guess two things, right? I'd say for education specifically. Number one is fighting misconceptions in the Philippines, right? Because again, we're a country that benefited a lot from remittances and from the play to earn gaming side of crypto and blockchain, right? Now these skyrocketed over the past few years, and it came to the point that these use cases grew so much without proper education or awareness, right? And that brought about, of course, lots of misconceptions from the older generations or those people who have less information about crypto and blockchain. So before Bitcoin came into play, there were already lots of stuff about Bitcoin, crypto. Oh, that's a scam. Oh, that's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, where's the value from? What's the backing, right? So many things happen, right? And there's this, I guess, I guess side note, right? For the Filipino people, we love chismis. That's a word for it, or gossip, right?
Okay.
Gossip,
Mm-hmm.
or just putting stuff out there online, misinformation and stuff. So these things can spread very quickly, right? Locally, unfortunately. So that grew a lot over the past years, right? And on a daily basis, since our mission is education, we fight those misconceptions on a daily basis. When we talk to congressmen, when we talk to mayors, when we talk to different older communities and staff, right? Again, they all have this inkling on the back of their heads that, okay, I heard of crypto before, but in a bad way. So
Mm-hmm.
how can I guess,
Make
change
it
my mind on
change.
crypto and blockchain? So that's definitely a major thing that we have been facing over the past quarters, right? Number two, of course, is education. Let's be honest, right? It's not the most profitable thing right off the bat, right? As compared to building a D app, DeFi applications, a blockchain protocol, NFT collections, so on and so forth. So being in education space as well and being one of the only ones in the Philippines as well for crypto and blockchain, there are definitely hurdles, right, when it comes to funding or keeping the lights on. I myself, I manage a team of 25, 27 people right now from different provinces of the Philippines. And as you can imagine as well, that takes a lot of capital or resources, right? When it comes to, of course, paying the bills, keeping the lights on, keeping everyone intact as well in the team. And again, we don't charge for our content, right? We don't charge a
That's
single
the
penny.
amazing part.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So,
then I mean, but for me, I think if you're not charging any, like not charge any fee, but then you're giving them the education and the education to actually invest in
mm,
something. That's the part.
of
That's the
course,
amazing
that's
part.
one way.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. But going back to my point, right?
Yeah.
We don't charge a single cent to our content. So when it comes to the revenue model, right, or the revenue streams of Escuela,
Mhm.
we're limited, right, in what we can do as well. Of course, we've been doing our very best to, find these different avenues for funding as well, funding or support from different ecosystems, which have been great so far over the past few years. But yeah, I guess those are the two main things. Again, misconceptions in the Philippines, and of course, funding to keep the lights on at education companies.
But with the progress that we're seeing, I think you guys doing great.
Well, thankfully as well. Yes.
Well, to wrap up this interview, I think one just a fun question. How do you think about crypto and blockchain? What is your expectation for 5 to 10 more years?
Very good
Yeah,
question. I'd say, is it more in the Philippine context or global
you
context?
can go both ways.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll probably focus on the Philippines
Okay.
because it's close to my heart, right?
Okay.
Crypto and blockchain for the next 5 to 10 years. Point number one is I do hope to see as well for the Philippines to continue to be one of the leaders when it comes to adoption worldwide. I mean, with a country of our size and a population of our size, it's pretty amazing to see that we're at the top of the list when it comes to adoption worldwide. We're on par with the likes of Vietnam, India, China, right? And being on this map with everyone here else in the APAC region, it's just says a lot about our country as well. Number two as well is I do hope to see actual use cases being implemented in the Philippines, which are currently happening, right? But I want some more manifestation on this note. Like again, going back to my point, remittances is a very, very big use case here. I do definitely think that the Filipino people can and they are currently experiencing these benefits, right? If I wanted to send money from the Philippines to, let's say, give me a country, Singapore or Germany, right? I would need to send my money through a traditional bank or broker. It would take me forever,
Forever.
right? It took me 3 days, man. Super long time. So many forms, so many fees, three banking needs to send my money. But as a Filipino, if I want to send money through crypto, it would only take 1 minute at most, right? Just an internet connection on my phone, bang bang, it's sent to my grandmother or grandfather, right, in other countries. And this in itself is already a major value add for Philippines. Save so much time, so much energy, and so much money as well, right? Again, going back to my point, we're very big in exporting talent in the Philippines, right? We have so many OFWs in different countries around the world, and these families often send money back and forth on a monthly basis, right? So imagine how much value is lost in fees and transaction costs and whatnot, and all of this could be remedied, sorry, by cryptocurrency and blockchain. Now, number three, I'd say is I do hope as well to see and for the government of the Philippines to double down on their promises when it comes to, of course, being open to crypto and blockchain, and attached to that as well is to not, I guess, put in regulations that are too harsh on the industry, right? Because again, I do believe personally that regulation is important and plays a role when it comes to this emerging technology, but I do not want it to dampen or hinder any adoption, especially in the Philippines, right? So this is definitely a balance there, and I do hope the Philippine government does heed to that as well. But yeah, those are the three things I'd say for the Philippine market over the next 5 to 10 years.
It's not vague at all. It's clear.
Thank you,
It's
thank you.
really clear vision. Can I do two more
Go
question?
ahead, go
I
ahead.
heard that you are a polka dot lover.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about it. What are your thoughts on the ecosystem?
Well, when it comes to Polkadot, right, I do appreciate the fact that it is the biggest DAO in the ecosystem right now. Putting focus on open governance, I love the fact that people are there to put their ideas in, the proposals in, and everyone also has a voice, right, in the vote, as long as you're holding dot tokens, right? It's really, I guess, one of the true manifestations of decentralization right now in the crypto and blockchain space. Of course, number two is I'm very bullish as well after Gavin Wood announced the gray paper, right, on Jam.
Yeah, we're all waiting for
This,
that.
yes, yes, very excited for that as well, right? And these are one of the things we also want to cover very soon as well on BitSquaz and for the Philippine market. But it really just, is an illustration to me as well that the Polkadot system is strong and alive as well over the past years and in coming years as well, right? Again, with the great leadership and vision of Gavin Wood, I definitely do think that Polkadot has ways and ways to go in the coming months and years in the system.
To go a little bit more specific, because not a lot of people, everyone would think that it's like the sexiest ecosystem, right? But then you have your points. So what are some of the factors, like the core factors that will keep you with Polkadot?
For me, it's not really about being the sexiest, right? Because, like what I think mentioned a while ago, right? When it comes to blockchain and crypto, the name of the game is really longevity. I believe that. In the same sports, right? The name is how long you can stay in a game. Boxing, same thing, right? Same in crypto, right? It's not being about the flashiest, sexiest blockchain out there protocol, but it's about being the sturdiest and most, I guess, what's the word for that? Longevity.
Yeah,
Uh,
longevity.
you get the idea, right?
Yeah, for
Strongest
the long term.
for the long
For the
term,
long
yes.
term.
Sorry about that. But it's being the strongest, right? And the one that can withstand the most challenges throughout the space, right? And over the past few years and the coming years as well, I do believe that Polkadot has the right infrastructure to combat all of these things, right? Actually, just like what Max said earlier in the panel above there, um, that Polkadot as an infrastructure already has this ecosystem that can support all of these innovations right at the bat, right? If I wanted to build my own D app or different protocol, right, on top of Polkadot,
You have
all
all
of
the
the
tools.
resources already right there, right? If I need the wallet, there's sub wallet, there's Nova, Talisman, etc., etc. If I wanted to do an app chain, there, of course, there's Tansy, right? So these are all things readily available, right, in the Polkadot ecosystem. Again, combining that with the true decentralization of Polkadot's infrastructure and for its utmost security, which for me is very, very important as well for any blockchain and protocol in the system, right? But of course, with all that being said, this is a system or ecosystem rather that I truly believe in, and I love to support as well in the coming months and years.
So can we expect anything upcoming plan for Biscilla and Polkadot, maybe?
Of course.
Yeah. Can
So
you spill the beans?
of course. So actually, one thing there is during my trip to Vietnam, I met my good friends Chris and Ducky, right? So shout out to you guys if you're listening right now. And we'll be doing a lot more content, right, with Polkadot Insider and Bitscola again for the Philippine market. We will learn a lot as well on how Insider does information spreading for Polkadot ecosystem, and it's our job as well in Bitscola end to localize it in local languages, and just really connect with the local communities, working hand in hand again for this regional adoption. Of course, on another note as well, we do have a lot of events lined up as well in Polkadot in the Philippines. Maybe another Polkadot Connect in Davao, in Cebu as well, which are, by the way, the provinces outside of Manila in the Philippines, and as well as more education on the upcoming Jam Great Paper Red, which I'm very also looking forward to as well.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So, Jiro, thank you so much for coming here today. It's been eye opening for me, mind open. So, I hope that I can have more chance to talk to you in the future.
Of course, likewise, and thank you so much, Pia, and of course, the Insider team for having me today.
Thank you.